Imagine this: you die, but instead of fading into nothingness or ascending into a golden paradise, you find yourself aware. Aware that you're dead. Aware that you're floating somewhere between existence and the unknown, where strange lights, gods, and horrifying beings force you to confront every single thing you've ever done. Welcome to the Bardo, the terrifying in-between state of life and death, as described in the ancient and mysterious Tibetan Book of the Dead. But is this just an ancient Buddhist manual on dying, or does it contain deeper hidden truths about what actually happens after we take our last breath? Some claim it's a detailed guide to navigating the afterlife. Others believe it's a coded message warning us about something far more sinister. And then there are those who think it's just a very elaborate way of saying, hey, don't freak out, you're just dead. Tonight, we dive deep into the Tibetan Book of the Dead, its secrets, its terrifying descriptions of the afterlife, and whether modern science is beginning to prove its teachings right. And more importantly, who really wrote it, and why did they want us to know? First things first, what exactly is the Tibetan Book of the Dead? Officially called the Bardo Thodol, which translates to liberation through hearing in the intermediate state, it's essentially a manual for the recently deceased, a spiritual GPS, if you will, for navigating the afterlife. The text is said to have been written in the 8th century by an Indian Buddhist master named Padmasambhava, though, like most ancient texts, its true origins are shrouded in mystery. Some claim it was passed down through oral traditions long before it was ever written. Others believe it was hidden for centuries before being rediscovered. Either way, its purpose is clear: to prepare a soul for the journey after death. Unlike many religious texts that focus on judgment and eternal destinations, heaven, hell, reincarnation, the Tibetan Book of the Dead is more of a cosmic survival guide. It describes the Bardo, a 49-day liminal state between death and rebirth, where the soul encounters visions, divine beings, and terrifying entities that could either lead to enlightenment or drag you back into another cycle of reincarnation. It's kind of like a mystical DMV, but instead of renewing your license, you're figuring out whether you ascend to enlightenment or get reborn as a cockroach. So, no pressure then. So, what happens when you die according to this ancient text? The journey through the Bardo isn't just some peaceful transition. It's a full-blown psychedelic horror movie. Let's break it down. Right after death, the soul encounters the clear light of reality, a blinding pure brilliance that, if recognized, allows immediate enlightenment and liberation from the cycle of rebirth. Sounds easy, right? Just go toward the light. Except, most souls, confused and clinging to life, don't recognize it. They hesitate, they resist, and before they know it, they get sucked deeper into the Bardo's chaotic labyrinth. Next, things get weird. The soul starts encountering divine beings. First, the character peaceful deities, bathed in radiant light, offering wisdom and transcendence. If the soul can recognize them as projections of their own mind, they achieve enlightenment. But if they fail, enter the character wrathful deities, monstrous nightmarish figures wielding weapons, screaming in thunderous voices. According to the text, these aren't external gods punishing you. They're reflections of your own fears and unresolved karma. Think of them as the worst possible therapy session, except you can't walk out halfway through. Finally, the soul faces judgment. Karma is weighed. Every action, thought, and intent from your past life is accounted for. No loopholes, no excuses. And based on that, the soul is sent back into reincarnation, possibly as a human, possibly as an animal, or if they really messed up, into a hellish realm of suffering. So again, no pressure. Now here's where things get even stranger. Could the Tibetan Book of the Dead actually be describing something real, something science is only beginning to understand? People who have died and come back often describe a blinding light, a life review, and even meeting otherworldly beings. These accounts sound eerily similar to what the Bardo Thodol describes. Could these be glimpses into the same phenomenon? What if the afterlife isn't a spiritual realm, but a reset mechanism? Some theorists suggest the judgment phase is actually an AI-like system recalibrating our consciousness for another round of existence. Some claim that certain parts of the Tibetan Book of the Dead were altered or deliberately hidden over centuries. What did the original teachings contain? Did they warn of something more? And who had the power to suppress this knowledge? Whether you believe in the Tibetan Book of the Dead or not, one thing is undeniable. It presents a deeply intricate, unsettlingly detailed map of the afterlife. So, what if it's real? What if we truly have 49 days after death to make a choice? And more importantly, will we be ready when the time comes? Either way, we'll all find out eventually. Just hopefully not too soon. Stay tuned, folks, as we uncover furthermore dark mysteries and hidden agendas. Subscribe now, and thanks for watching. So what happens when you die, according to this ancient text?
Timothy Jonathan Smith, you stand before the court of eternal judgment. Your soul shall be weighed, your sins revealed, your browser history exposed.
Oh God, please no.
Saving Ryan's Privates, Backdoor to the Future. The Fast and the Bi-Curious, Volume 1.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Forest Hump. Fast and the Bi-Curious, Volume 2. Womb Raider. Fast and the Bi-Curious, Volume 69. Oh my, that's quite the extensive list.
Let's see here. Coveting thy neighbor's Wi-Fi, neglecting to sort thy recycling, watching an entire Netflix show and telling thy friends
Timmy,
you haven't seen it
that
yet.
bastard! Throw the book at him!
And then we arrive at the grape.
Dude, it was one grape.
Silence, a stolen grape is still a stolen grape.
Okay, but I was just testing for freshness. Who even buys grapes without testing them first?
So, a self-proclaimed grape connoisseur, are we?
That's not what
I suppose next you'll say you were sampling a whole rotisserie chicken before checkout?
Back in my day, we didn't steal.
Back in my day, grapes didn't even exist.
I once saw a man hanged for looking at a lemon funny!
Okay, where did you people live?
Timothy Jonathan Smith,
Please don't send me to hell over a damn grape.
your soul is sentenced to 80 years of purgatory. There, you shall be forced to untangle an eternal supply of Christmas lights. Listen to your aunt's political opinions on a loop. Receive text notifications that say your package has arrived, but the package never arrives.
Well, that's not so bad. I'm used to that one.
Oh, and don't forget, we're reading your browser history out loud in front of everyone this time. I'm told it's quite insightful.
No!
Another bites the dust.
Pesky humans, when will they learn?